I love to fish. My earliest memories were catching snapper in Port Phillip Bay, some 40 odd years ago. And today, I've turned that passion into a career, and it's the best job in the world.
This is not for the faint-hearted, I tell you. Oh.
On the water, 200 days a year, I get to battle and film some of the biggest fish in the ocean, and then share it in magazines and newspapers and TV shows around the world.
Yes!
But it's not all roses. I have to fish, rain, hail or shine.
Oh my God, I'm wet, I'm freezing cold, and I'm loving it! Woohoo!
And take on the wildlife to produce the goods.
There's only 1 million sharks in there, she'll be right.
But you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, because there is nothing as exciting as getting up close and personal with big fish, especially when you do it from a trailer bait, a tinny or even a kayak.
Yep, got it. Yeah, go McGlashan.
Better still, I get to do it with some of the best fishers in the country.
I'll tell you one thing, no other show goes to this length to catch a fish, and I'll guarantee that.
So join me, Al McGlashan, on a fishing adventure like no other, catching big fish from small boats. With my phone ringing non-stop about the marlin bite, right off Sydney, I wasted little time in getting the crew together and heading straight for the boat ramp.
Well, I tell you what, it doesn't normally happen like this. It was one of those last-minute things, you know, we heard there was a striped marlin bite, and it's not offshore, it's right here, we're only just off Sydney. So, we got Mick from the angler, racing out, and as you can see, the conditions are ideal, so we're gonna go and catch a marlin or two. There's one tip I can offer with this style of fishing. It's firstly, turn down the radio when you're talking on camera, but secondly, it's watch the birds, because what these striped marlin are doing, you know, and we're only 3 miles off Sydney, is they're feeding on leather jackets. So bait fishing's really hard on them, they're very fixated. Lure fishing is the best. So what we're doing is we're watching. You can see Phil's there, Cooper's here, Nick's there, we're watching. As soon as we see any of those mutton birds come in tight, if they've got little leather jackets, get on top of them. So we've just marked the fish there on the sounder. That birds came in, raced over, and then troll over it. We just need one to come up and eat the lures now.
Well, it wasn't long before we got a bite, but it wasn't the right species.
Well, you can't get much more frustrating than this. Yesterday we saw 30 fish, and all we've got now is one striped tuna that you can hear banging in the background. Weather was dead flat yesterday, fish everywhere. Today, one bite. One bite.
There are 6 species of billfish found in New South Wales. However, the most popular are striped blue and black marlin, and they can all be caught off Sydney. Being such a spectacular high-flying species, it's pleasing to see that anglers are taking a conservation approach and release their fish these days. Remember to get social with big fish, small boats. Check out the website bfsb.com.au. Follow us on Facebook or watch all the episodes from past seasons on YouTube. And for the latest fishing reports and pics, check out Al McGlashan on Instagram. Coming up, we finally spot our marlin, but we find a serious storm as well. And it wasn't long until Michael spotted a bit of action.
Bait to the right. Bait to the right hand side. Yeah, a lot of bait on the surface there. There he is right there on the left. Oh, look at him. Look at that. There's the bait. Bait right here. We just had one up. Saw the birds come in tight. Went there, went, oh, there's got to be one here, and came up on it, drove straight up there, he's right under the bow. We just trolled the lures around. That's the problem when they're on these jackets, these little leather jackets. They're so finicky, they're on, they're off. Yeah, we just trolled the gear around. He hasn't come up yet, but it's good, we're starting to see him.
Offshore fishing is just like a needle in a haystack scenario, but you need to know what you're looking for.
What are you looking for, Al?
Just trying to find these birds. A couple of birds sitting on the top's all we need. That'll show us the fish. There's a couple inside us there, so I'll sneak over and see if we can find a fish on it.
There he is right in front of you. Oh, look at him! Oh, look at it!
Well, this could not be more frustrating. You can see it there. There's a marlin just smashing this arrow right on the bow. Drive right up to it, don't get a touch. We've probably seen now a dozen fish. Now, bear in mind, we've been going since 6 o'clock this morning, and over the last few days, Sydney's had this amazing bite where there's just marlin everywhere. What do? Bring the camera out, and they just shut down. Still there, but do you think we can get a bite off the damn things? Well, we focused on the marlin. Sky went black, and before we knew it, there were warnings coming over the radio that we're in for a serious storm. So we pulled the gear in and made a run for home. Sydney may be Australia's biggest city, but it also makes a great stepping off point for offshore exploits. There are numerous boat ramps and facilities to handle even the biggest of boats, And better still, the fishing is amazing. From big marlin to bluefin tuna, they're all on the cards and they're all right out the front.
Woohoo! Look at that! You bloody ripper! That's a good fish.
Coming up, we satellite tagged the biggest bluefin ever for Sean's project in New South Wales, and Cooper hooks up as well. After another early morning, we were out with Sean and Jamie, who'd flown all the way from Tasmania to try and satellite tag a big bluefin tuna.
Well, I tell you what, we certainly picked the day today. You can't get any better than this. Look at it, it's absolutely dead flat. Sean will be happy with that because Tasmania, they never get rough weather, you know, it's always dead calm down there. So we're heading 40 miles out to sea because we've got one thing in our mind, bluefin. And the biggest problem we've had is that Sean's been telling me that he doesn't want one at 130 odd kilos because the guys on Black Peak got one yesterday that went 135, like that is an awesome fish. I've been told not to catch that one. He wants me one a little bit smaller. Sean, how big do we want it?
80 to 100 would be perfect, Al.
80 to 100?
Yeah.
I reckon that. 80 sounds good. We'll start with 80. We'll work up from there.
And as soon as we hit the grounds, the lures in the water, we hooked up. Only this time, we let Cooper wind it up.
I think I've got a sub tuna.
Oh, it just fell off.
You idiot.
It wasn't my fault. We just let Coops wind it up. You know, it's heavy gear. It's too hard to wind it up. Poor little kid with an 80-pound outfit. So just wind it up to there. Got the camera up, got it all up there quick. I said, oh, what I'll do is just let it out a bit. Shook its head and fell off. You lost your striping. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
Yep, that's the Gumby game. Oh, well, we'll just do a little one. Can't believe you called me an idiot. Oh, am I commenting? All right, after his first little unlucky episode, this time you're going to catch it. Now,
You're not going to touch it.
I'm not touching nothing. And I suppose we should point out, it is a big outfit. So if anyone goes, oh, you should be holding it up and winding it, look at the size of him. This is the key. Teach the kids how to do it so they enjoy it. Keep going, keep the pressure on. All right, mate, just wind a bit more. That's it, hold it there. Oh, albacore, you're on fire, mate. Have a look at this. Now, it's probably not the biggest albacore in the world, but that is still an albacore. Have a look at that. Yeah, we'll turn him around that way so it looks a lot nicer. Look at that. What do you reckon? I reckon that's a good way to start the day. Seriously early start to the day. But when you put the gear and the hook straight up, not bad on an albie. Although, what do you reckon? We need some bluefin.
Yeah.
Need something bigger. Sean's going to do some sat tagging today with Jamie as his illustrious assistant. And we're going to get something bigger than albie. Now, would you like to let this go or would you take it home for Mum for dinner?
Let it go.
Let it go?
So I can grow deduction.
All right. Lock that hand there and put this one and rest him. Oh, you want a photo? Here, you got to let him go. He's still all right. Come here. Come here. All right, you ready? Hold him by the tail. And then, okay, bring him over here. And quick release. There you go. Probably not the cleanest experience for the albacore or for Cooper, but still, got a fish. This is the way we want to start.
Running almost 40 miles to sea, we took advantage of the calm conditions and rigged the gear on the way.
Just trolling, and then I just saw these backs just rolling out of the water. 100% bluefin. It's just up where the other guys had seen, or just north of where the other guys had seen them. Just trawled over, and it's like nothing. So just keep working, but yeah, definitely bluefin.
Make yourself the complete angler by winning the ultimate fishing prize. A bluefin drifter 3.8 with front casting deck and full floor. Sitting pretty on a Dumbier trailer. Powered by a 2-stroke 15 horsepower outboard motor. And better still, there's $2,000 worth of awesome Shimano fishing gear to get you hooked up to that big fish out of a small boat. Plus there's an inshore safety equipment kit and comprehensive boat insurance with the boys at Club Marine. And it's all registered. That's $10,000 worth of prizes. And it's easy to enter. Just buy any product from The Complete Angler for your chance to win. And for full terms and conditions, visit CompleteAngler.com.au. The Complete Angler, supplying fishermen with the complete fishing experience since 1967. Coming up, we satellite tagged the biggest bluefin ever for Sean's project in New South Wales.
So we're just working this fish up. We're not sure what it is, whether it's a bluefin. Sean's hoping it's a bluefin. Cooper is just round your right hand down there just to keep him off that corner. Cooper, I reckon, consider he's got the gaff out already.
Reckons it's a big fish.
Your fish has shown up on the sounder, Al. It looks like a monster.
One with it too, eh? Now I'm only fighting this one at strike drag. Normally, sunset, both thumbs on the spool, I put it right up. But we've got a 150-pound leader down there, and this fish is pretty critical. We've done some days fishing for this. Oh, it's been a tough gig. You know, the hard yard we put in, you know, we get smashed, we drive all the way out here, get smashed and bang and crash our way out here. But there is nothing like hooking up a big fish out of a small boat. It is friggin' awesome.
Right, we're in neutral.
Drag's down. I'm holding him here for you. Slide him there. Oh, yeah! Have a look at the size of that!
Boys.
Look at that!
Right.
You bloody ripper! That's a good fish. Now this is where they're going to work. We've done this over and over and over again. But man, that is friggin' awesome. Friggin' awesome. Woohoo!
$155 short length. Pliers now, mate, to get that lure out.
Yep, pliers coming down.
What are you doing there, Jamie?
All right, so I'm putting the tag in.
Pliers there for you.
First anchor, down through the fin rays. And second anchor.
We've got the sat tag in now. Grab that and swing the whole thing out. That's it.
Yeah, Jamie, can you grab
That underneath. We're going to get him out real gently.
You all right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, let's go.
Slowly now.
Good job, boys.
Press record. Hey, I pressed record that time. Well done, boys. We
Nice
did it.
job, Al.
How good is that?
Right, Jamie. Right, Coops.
You know what? We've worked so hard and we just cracked it. 155 is 75?
Be up there, yeah.
75 kilos?
It's a good fish. He swam away really happy as well.
You know what?
Right.
And you saw how quick we did it? And we're doing this because we want to learn about these fish. If we don't do this, we don't know what's going on out there. You bloody ripper. Woohoo!
Next one.
Well, what an awesome way to finish the day. You can't argue for weather like this. This is about as good as it gets. We worked hard. The conditions were, well, nice and awesome compared to some of the days we fished. We did work hard. We caught those fish, and that's the important thing. And now there's 60-odd bluefins swimming around out there with satellite tags. And you know the best part? Is recreational anglers like ourselves, Big Fish Small Boat crew, are helping scientists learn more about these fish. And if we learn about them, we can look after them. And that is critical. Now, there are 3 tips I can offer that are going to help you catch more bluefin. First and foremost, you're going to have to travel. Use the radio, listen to what everyone else is doing. If someone else hooks up, get straight over there. Secondly, run a real mix. You know, this year it was skirts. Season 2 it was all bib lures that seemed to work. So run a mix of skirts and bib lures, you'll catch more. And finally, and most importantly, let some go. These fish are too valuable to catch once. Sure, they taste nice, keep one, but let the rest go.